The United States does not intervene in Syria with full force due to a complex web of reasons. But one fact is abundantly clear: the potential costs far outweigh the perceived benefits. This is not a matter of lacking compassion or indifference to human suffering. It is a cold and hard calculation of national interests and the potential for a Syrian intervention to devolve into a costly and bloody quagmire. 1. Syria is a geopolitical minefield. Direct intervention means engaging with a multitude of groups. The Assad Regime, backed by Russia and Iran, Assad's forces are entrenched and ruthless. U.S. intervention would mean confronting these powerful allies and risking a dangerous escalation. Regional powers. Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and other regional actors all have their own agendas in Syria. U.S. intervention could trigger a broader regional conflict with unpredictable consequences. Number 2. Recent history. The U.S. carries the scars of recent interventions in Iraq and Afghanistan. These long and costly wars have fostered deep reluctance to deploy ground troops in another complex Middle Eastern conflict. There is no guarantee of a swift victory in Syria, and the potential for mission creep and prolonged commitment is high. 3. Public opinion. The American public is weary of foreign wars. There is little appetite for another large-scale military intervention, especially in a conflict as intricate and convoluted as Syria. Politicians are acutely aware of this sentiment, making large-scale intervention a politically risky proposition. While the U.S. avoids full-scale military intervention, it has not stayed completely disengaged from the Syrian conflict. The U.S. has supported selected rebel groups, conducted airstrikes against ISIS, and engaged in diplomatic efforts to impose a political solution. However, committing ground troops remains a line U.S. policymakers are unwilling to cross. In short, the Syrian war is an immense tragedy, yet the U.S. has made a calculated decision that direct military intervention is not in its national interest. The risks are too high, the potential rewards too uncertain, and the memories of past interventions too fresh. While the U.S. continues to provide limited support and engage in diplomacy, the Syrian people must endure a conflict that has become a stain on the conscience of the world.